chair for standing poses. So if you know that you'd like to have a chair nearby, we'll be doing some balancing poses today. So please grab that if you know that you might want that. It's nice to have. I always suggest it. So I am really thrilled to share with you. I just want to get this out so I can see you. Okay. I'm really excited to share with you the teachings that I've been offering in my Embodied Exodus class this week and this month. And I am specifically bringing to our practice today the idea of expanse in the body. And this is based on the teaching from the Sfat Emet that when we were in the desert, we needed to become empty of our known way of being enslaved. And we had to completely empty in that liminal space so that we could be ready to receive something new, which is Torah and new wisdom and a new life. And this idea of emptiness in the body, I would like to offer some ideas in our practice today of expanse, empty as expanse, and as the spaces in the body. So I wanted to offer right before we start, if in your mind for a moment, we're going to bring this into the body, but just when you think of expanse in the body, I wonder if it would be possible to just chat a couple ideas of when you think of openings or expanse in the body, what body parts or movements come to your mind, qualities of expanse or opening. Just getting our minds to think a little bit, putting our attention on that idea. Open my chest, ribs, breathing lungs. Yes, the lungs expand when we take in breath. Opening arms, open my heart, arms. Yes, okay. So we're gonna bring all of these body parts, here come more, shoulders, heart, feel every morning's lower back. Yes. Wide-legged stretch. Yes. So I am really excited to bring a practice that I often need, and I especially need right now with a lot of standing that I've been doing and cooking, which is the back body, specifically the space between the lower ribs and the rim of the pelvis, that area of the lower back. And when we get to the floor, we're going to start with contact with that area, and then we'll keep going with other parts. I'll bring in the teachings as always as we practice. And the only last idea I want to mention is that the expanse of the desert, for me in the body, we also can bring the idea of expanse of the sea. And this is something I know many of you have most likely taught and practiced, which is the word mitzrayim has tsar in the middle and mayim surrounding. And so this expanse surrounding us always, or another translation that I learned from Rabbi Miriam Klotz is the word mitzrayim could be translated from tsar, mitzar, liyam, to expanse. So want to offer, because we're in the week of Chesed with the counting of the Omer, I'm going to bring in a little bit of that quality of flow today as well. And this Chesed as this benevolent, generous, expansive, ever-present energy in the universe that the world was based upon. So lots of ideas, but mostly expanse and flow. And let's come to the mat. And happy birthday, Esther. Esther Sadie, oh my God. Okay, so let's come to the mat. I'm gonna adjust my screen. We're gonna begin with lying down. And I have one blanket open, long. So not taking, and take your strap nearby. And if you need a support under your head, please take it. We won't be there long, so if it's possible to lengthen the back of the neck and feel the expanse at the back of your neck, I suggest that if that works for your body. And as always, if anything I offer is not right for your body, please do what's best for you. always, always, you are the authority for your practice. So let's lie down and you can do this also sitting, if that's better for you today. You can do this whole practice lying and resting and listening. And here, just taking a sigh, a Rebbe Nachman sigh of releasing the old and receiving the new, and take your attention to the receiving of your back body by the earth, Adama, the dry ground, Bayabasha, that we stepped into when we crossed the sea. And we'll have knees bent and feet hips distance apart, and your strap is nearby, easily reachable. So take a moment first with knees bent and note where you have contact with the floor, back of head, maybe the tops of shoulders, the shoulder blades, and just with your mind's eye, scan on down and notice if there's any space at the mid-back or lower back, and then where you really feel the pelvic bowl resting, where you feel contact at the lower part of your body with the floor, and then again at the feet. Maybe lift toes and send them down again. And from here, let's just take both knees in for a moment and hold behind the knees and behind the thighs, so you can really tuck in, close in and contract, and feel the extra rounding of the back and the extra contact of that space between the lower ribs and the pelvic rim. The kidneys, the adrenals live here. They're very activated when we need to take action. So let's give them a little massage, maybe right and left, gentle swaying of both knees, bringing a little more weight to one side and the other. And already moving into expanding the spaciousness at the back body here. And maybe another sigh, releasing and settling into the floor. Menuchat hanefesh, settling of the body soul. Bring both feet back down. Let's take the right foot up only. So left knee is bent, left foot on floor. And let's bring in a little flow, a little chesed energy with circling the ankle joint. Lift the right leg up, straight to the sky, circling one way and the other. We often do this in the practices here, and then bend and straighten the knee, just waking up the fluids and flow in the body. Bend and straighten the knee, moving a little bit at your own pace. And then with knee bent, circle the thigh and the hip joint, sending it away and then sweeping it back up. Mirachapet. Little sweeping actions today for expanse in the body. Bring right foot to floor, extend left leg up. We're just going to take a quick little survey of circling joints. Right leg is bent, right foot on floor. Left leg is lifted straight up, circling that ankle joint one way and another, letting the toes come into it, flexing and pointing, and then bend and straighten that left knee. Really waking up the back of the leg. Making sure you're not holding your breath, continuing to sigh as you need, and then take that thigh and circle it in the hip joint. Just really waking up the hips. You may have already been moving this morning, just bringing more openings and awareness. Place left foot on floor, and we'll take strap around the right foot. We're going to lift the right leg up again and take the strap at base of toes today, and we'll open the foot and take that leg a little bit away from your head, not as close, so that there's spaciousness at the hip crease. So it could be at a low angle, as low as you need, so that you feel your whole leg open, long, like an open channel from the Asher Yatzar prayer, the Nikavim, Nikavim, Chalulim, Chalulim, openings in the body and channels in the body that allow us to live. So we'll hold strap also with long arms. So our limbs are long and open. And really taking a moment to reach into the heel, right and left side evenly on the lifted foot, and then extend left leg long on the floor. Take straps into the right hand, holding the right foot. Take left arm up overhead, all the way behind you by your ear, if that's right for your body. So you feel the expanse of the foundation beneath you of your whole left leg, your whole back and torso, your head, your left arm, and you feel the expanse of the right arm reaching and lengthening with a strong arm, with the east wind that gets blown to open the sea, and the open expanse, midbar, desert of the back of the leg, back of the thigh. And then let's release that left arm and leg, bend them in again, fold them in. Take that left foot up into the strap, release the right foot down, bend the knee. So we'll take second side. Strap is at base of toes. Arms are long, open, extended, holding strap close to foot. And when you come into this posture, I invite you to take a minute and shimmy the pelvic bowl a little so that you have a little bit of an arch in the lower back. So we're taking an opposite action from resting the lower back in the floor like we just did. We're opening the channel, and then notice if the leg inserts a little deeper into the hip. So you feel a very clean connection for the thigh bone and the hip joint. And that brings maybe a little more opening into the hamstrings and the calf. Just noticing. Ooh, maybe you feel sensation in one part of the leg or another. You can release the strap and just do this without holding strap if that's better. And now let's take strap into left hand. Extend right leg long on the floor. And take right arm overhead behind you. Feeling the range of movement in the shoulder joint. Feeling the expanse, and this time maybe reaching and lengthening that whole side body from toes, through leg, through inner leg to spine, to crown, to fingertips. Just this long, open, expansive widening of the back body, of the torso, of the back of the leg. Imagine your body's shape, the skin, the expansive organ that covers us, becoming larger and supporting and holding you even more. So there's a little more expanse behind you. Support. Good, and from here we'll bend the knee, bend the arm, release that strap, let it rest aside. Take hands behind your thighs again, and let's come into the folded shape. Just one more time, a little more length. You can shimmy the sits bones down away from the crown of head just to feel a little more space between lower ribs and pelvic rim. And now for a minute, play with even imagining a little more space between ribs. Take knees a little wide apart and a couple breaths so that when you feel the breath entering, you feel the expansion in the body where it is, maybe in the belly, A little more focus on the belly, and then the diaphragm moves up on the exhale, and there's a settling. And let's roll to the side and come to sitting. And we'll take our blanket and fold it twice. So we have a little lift. We'll take one more opening of the back of the leg. Sit on the folded edge of that blanket. And we'll extend the right leg, bend the left knee, and really ensure that your sits bones are moving back. The pelvis is slightly tilted forward. And before anything, take a moment to imagine still that floor behind you, the ground beneath you, Adama, and the expansive quality that we've already accessed. The back ribs are wide, the rim of the pelvis is wide, even the sacrum is widening. The lowest part of the spine is, imagine that there's a widening of support at the back of the pelvic bowl. Let's inhale, raise our arms overhead. And then on the exhale, turn to your bent knee to the left, release the front arm, and take a little side bend. So the left arm is up by the ear, just like when we were lying on the floor, and both limbs are reaching. So you can reach your right hand toward your foot. You can take a block under your hand, or it can come to your knee, wherever it lands. And every inhalation is a little more opening, sweeping, reaching. And every exhale is continually opening as we settle and ground. Turning heart to sky, to Hashemayim, to the heavens. And then release the arms. Bend your straight leg, extend your second leg. Left leg extended, right leg bent. If your knee on your bent leg isn't on the floor, take a support under it. And if your leg that's straight isn't straight, please take a support under the knee. So we have extra support to keep the openings. Let's inhale, raise arms. Notice if the front ribs are jutting forward, and let's yikavu, gather those ribs like the gathering of the waters at the creation story, so that you feel the expanse at the back body. On the next exhale, turn toward the bent knee, the whole torso turns, and then release that front arm to the extended leg, and let's just take a side opening, finding a little more space between the ribs. And now bringing on this next breath or two, a little feeling of the yam expanse, the waters of the body. We're mostly water, so just noting that feeling of both structure and soft form, expanding and opening. Another breath or two, noting where you feel this in the legs, and then releasing down. We'll take one more little opening. If this is right for you, bring both knees in and just come up and sit with your heels on that folded blanket for a little baby squat. If you have knee injuries or surgeries, please don't do this. You can come to sitting on the chair, but just giving a little opening in the calves, or noticing where the opening is for you. Lengthening the front spine, expanse at the front body here, matching the back body expanse. Lifting and lengthening from pubic bone through to crown. Noting if you need to come out, please do. And then taking, if you have the chair nearby or a couch nearby, hands to floor or chair. You can turn to just slowly have support as you come on up slowly, slowly, slowly to standing. Remove the blanket, stand on the mat. Let's take 2 blocks on either side for support in our standing postures for a moment. And take mountain pose. Feet a couple inches apart. Take a couple breaths, little space under the armpits, a little rolling of the shoulders. And just notice your sensing body and the spaces inside of you, noticing in the legs, in the spaces between the toes as you spread them, standing, a little space under the inner arches of the feet, sending down, base of toes and heels, and then bringing your mind's eye all the way up. Where are there spaces? Maybe taking a couple deep breaths for a little more expanse, and then let's inhale, raise the arms overhead. Take the feet a little bit wider, and bring the arms to a T position at shoulder height. And let's roll the shoulders. You can also soften the knees here. In and out. Internally rotate and externally rotate. So we're taking a little extra attention to the shoulders so that our arms can sweep a little more easily for the movements of expanse. Just noting, maybe take it all the way into the back and that back body rolling and curving and folding and then opening, a little baby back bend. So you feel the expanse of the back body on the fold and of the front body on the opening. And let's release the arms and shake it out a little. And a little extra shoulder roll again. And one more shoulder opener. Let's take hands forward, bend to 90 degrees so the elbows are shoulders distance apart. And we'll take, gently and slowly, wrapping from the back body, from the shoulder blades around, take your right arm on top. If that works for you, mine just come very close together and that's it. So take this as it works for you. Notice the heat, the awakening and enlivening of the opening of the shoulders. Bring the arms back around, all the way opening to your sides, and then take second side. Bring the second elbow close, one on top of the other. You can also bring them just close together if that's better for you. Really calling upon anava, humility, which is taking the right amount of opening and movement. And then opening the arms wide again. Releasing that down, let's take feet wide. We'll take a few standing postures. We'll externally rotate the right leg from the thigh, from the femur. Internally rotate the back leg. Legs are straight, and first let's take arms and just take the arm movements. First of arms open at shoulder height. And let's swing your left arm, the back arm, down and around, up and over, like the hand of a clock. Just swinging that arm down and around, noting the spaces around the arm and the space and length of the arm, and noting if the second arm is getting a little tired, let's release that. Little shoulder roll and then arms up again. And we'll take a couple of standing postures. Turn hips to your right and keeping the expanse of the legs, the opening of the back of the knee at the right leg. We'll take the block behind on its height. For lots of extra height, you can take a chair if you prefer, for triangle posture. And here today, I invite you to really feel the expanse of the heart and the chest up through, so the arms form one long open channel. Maybe turn head and neck to sky, that's your choice. And then soften in the knees and straighten the legs again in a way that invites a soft flow, a chesed quality, so there's not effort. And here, keeping the legs steady, we'll take the top arm, swing it back, just like we did behind, straight. Swing it down, 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 around, and then up again. Bend the right knee for side angle. It's a little sweeping, merachepet, turning heart up to the heavens, noting the sensations, noting if there's a plane of expanse, rakea, the first time we see expanse in the Torah, the sky, the firmament. Maybe it's in the front thigh, maybe the back thigh, maybe the lower bent knee thigh, and then keeping legs as they are, swing and sweep arms for reverse warrior. Left arm rests by your leg, right arm is extended, and feel so much space from the hip crease through ribs, through armpit, and then come to warrior two. Looking over, letting this be a flying sensation, a lifting sensation, as if you're held by soft waters. Expanse within and expanse surrounding you. And then straighten that bent knee, lift arms up, and turn the legs to second side. Externally rotate your left leg. Internally rotate the right, arms out at shoulder height. Rest your arms whenever you need. And first we'll take triangle, tilting, turning hips to the left. Bring your block at its very height or a chair. And take your shape, receive the shape of the triangle today and the medicine it has for you, where your body is so happy to feel the expansive feeling of this posture. Ever opening, ever moving in all the tiny ways, and then swing that arm behind you. The top arm comes behind and around, soften behind the left knee, come to side angle. Left knee is over left ankle. Hand is on block behind, or forearm can come to thigh, and turning heart up to the sky, noting the shoulder movement and the rotation of the shoulder that allows a little more opening. And then reaching all the way from the ground through to fingers. Keeping legs as they are, we'll sweep the arms back and over so the top arm comes up for reverse warrior. All this expanse, so much space from the hip crease of the bent leg through the mid-body, through the ribs, armpit, triceps, elbow, lower arm, all the way through wrist and fingers. And then warrior two as a lifted, expansive, light shape today. Desert in the back body, in the front body, yam inside of you, expanse within expanse, chesed within the body and surrounding us. And let's straighten the leg, raise the arms up, face the feet forward. You can take your blocks to catch your arms. We're going to take a wide angle forward fold. Either chair or blocks in front of you. And with second toes aligned with sides of mat, let's raise the arms and keep the expanse of the body. Release hands to hip crease and hinge the whole torso and pelvis as one. Hands come to blocks and you're at a right angle. So once more, continually opening the back legs. And note here, if you bring your weight a little forward to the front of the heel, stay with your hands on the blocks if this is right for you. If you are called, I invite you to take hands to floor for a down dog, arms. And the ultimate feeling of expanse. So you're lengthening and reaching, and you feel even more space at the back body, the legs, the whole back torso, the back of the shoulders, back of the arms, back of the neck. And then slowly bend knees, walk hands back, 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 and walk feet in. With knees bent, roll on up to standing, arms overhead, and release, standing in a moment, for a moment in mountain. And from here, I just want to give us another little expanse experience in the back body with a chair supporting. We'll take a little balancing baby warrior 3. So turn with the back of the chair on the mat and you're facing it. So you have a nice support ready to hold you. And first, once more, take the arms up to a T and we'll roll the shoulders one more time. We really need open shoulders for this. Bringing it action all the way into the back and release arms down again. Take your left hand behind and rest the back of the palm at the space we've been focusing upon, at the lower back. And facing the chair, we'll raise the right arm and take left leg back straight to the toes. And feel and notice where there can be more expansion. This is a little baby back bend. Keeping that line like a half moon or a crescent moon, really, from the back leg up through spine, through head to fingers. And soften in the standing leg to tilt the shape forward. You can always hold the chair with your right hand instead of keeping it up high. So it's your choice, and we'll just tilt it a few inches and then come back to your toes. And let's do that again, just a little baby balance and back. And this can be taken as minutely as you like. You can play with just lifting the foot a 1/4 inch off and standing with balance. And then take that arm down, second side. You'll take the right leg back, come to your toes. And this is to just bring once more in this feeling of expanse, lifting the left arm up by the ear. Right hand can be on the chair or holding behind the back. It's your choice. And we'll take a little baby lift. So the back of the hand is resting at the back body, bringing more space both at back body and front. Come back to standing. So you're just playing in your own time a little bit, coming into the balance and coming back. Into balance and coming back. Keeping the expanse always, and then release that down, come face forward. We'll take feet as wide as shoulders. And we'll take one more expansive opening stretch. Both arms are up. And let's go ahead and lift the right heel And let the left arm rest down to your chair or to your thigh, and find one more little baby opening for the side body. And then send the heel down and keep lengthening and stretching that side body. And release. And we'll do second side. First, just raise both arms and then lift the left heel only, so it's a little uneven. And then keeping that length, let's take a little tilt, a little side bend, release your right arm, and then send the heel down so you get extra length that you found. So the side body, gets a little extra bonus offering before we rest. And one more opening of the back body. We'll take a right angle at the top of a chair or the seat of a chair or down dog. Your choice, just to get one more feeling of expanse with the fold. So right angle or down dog. And soften behind the knees. Align second toes with one another. Straighten and bend the legs. Play with it a moment, feeling the quality of Netzach, eternity, inside of these expansive states. Today is Netzach, Shebech Chesed. And then soften the knees, come on up. We'll put the chair nearby, off the mat, and come to the floor with one blanket nearby and one blanket folded twice, just like we did earlier. We'll just take a little baby twist. Today, let's go ahead and sit on that fold. Please take 2 blankets if you know that's best for you for a twist, for a little lift of the pelvis up off the floor. And we have knees bent and both feet forward. Let's go ahead, extend the left leg and fold the right close in, but bring it wide, really to the outside of your pelvis. So you have a wide base of support. Take hands to blanket. Send the straight leg a little bit off so the sits bone comes off of the fold. It's asymmetrical, and the torso and pelvis are one. The secret of oneness, Raz de Echad, of twists and forward folds for safety, is keeping pelvis and torso aligned. Wrap the front arm around. Let the back arm rest. Noting today if the quality of yam, of midbar, of expanse can come into this posture. Where is it for you? Lengthening that straight leg, widening at the back body, opening at the heart at the front. Lengthening back of neck, widening back of neck. And we'll release this forward, take second side. Extend your right leg long on the floor. Fold with hands behind the thighs so that the calf comes really evenly at the thigh. And let that foot for the bent leg be a good 6 inches at least away. So you really have support based on your body, whatever your body needs. Notice if a little wider stance gives you a little extra support, expanse at the foundation, and then lift up off the folded blanket, send sits bone off so the front leg is extended beyond. The pelvis and torso are turned toward the bent knee. No torquing of the back, easy open channel of the whole torso, and then wrap front arm around, back arm behind. ever opening, ever expanding, ever settling into this quality of desert, of space, of rakeya, of expanse, sky, yam. All of these elements inside of us. And we'll release that forward and come to rest. And today I want to offer a little extra support for our resting pose at the back body if you'd like. If you'd like, you can open one blanket, one fold, and fold it in three like a fan. So you have a little extra support. You can also just fold it in half. Lay it at the top of the mat. And then the second blanket, depending on your neck and what you need for Shavasana, you can fold it twice or once at the top. So it's a little T shape. And we're going to rest with support at that back body. If you'd like a little extra support under your knees, I invite you to grab a couple pillows or another blanket under your knees. And we'll take, this is important, we'll sit in front of the folded blanket. So it comes to support us right at the lumbar spine, at the low back. So you might play with where this is for you. Bend the knees, hands by hips to shift in position. And then with hands behind head, you can come rest down and you can shimmy and feel and find where you really get the most support in this posture, drawing shoulders down away from neck, palms facing up, releasing all effort, continuing to feel that support, extra support at the back body. And we'll rest here together for a few minutes. And let's take a deep, long breath, Nishmat Chayim, the breath of life, filling the lungs, moving the diaphragm down, settling on the exhale. And as you're ready, draw your knees in and roll off the blanket slowly and carefully, coming on up to sitting. We'll sit together at the edge of the blanket, the fold. take a minute, even as we're closing the practice, to revisit all those places of expanse. Little scan of your own body, moving down, back of skull to back of neck, to shoulders and wide back, wide ribs, wide kidneys, adrenals, wide pelvic rim, wide sacrum, and supported evenly on each side with your sits bones. And then even drawing your attention down through legs, those gorgeous, strong legs that take us through life, and down through knees to calves, all the way down to toes. And we'll close with hands at hearts and the phrase from creation, B'Tselem Elohim, the divine in each of us greets the divine in all of us. And we'll close our practice and sharing just a couple of opportunities to keep going with practices. Rachel's going to put in the chat that I mentioned the Sfirot of Chesed and Netzach, and I have on my website practices and teachings on embodying the Sfirot. It's a whole page on my website with playlists and ideas for bringing the Sfirot qualities into the body. So Rachel just posted that. And for those of you who would like to travel and study for a week, I'll be teaching with my dear friend Diane Bloomfield and friends Sharon Epstein and Nancy Wolfson and Mark Rousseau and others at a Torah yoga retreat we have happening this summer. So that link's there too.